Hello, welcome to today's video diary for Finding My Way with Pi, Purpose, Intention, and Emotion. I am Pi, and today I want to talk about expectations and the feelings and emotions that come with that. Dare I say frustrations? Here's the story, and here's what I'm curiously observing today. If you watched the video diary from yesterday, which I believe was video diary 179, that I called Parenting Frustration, I had a difficult parenting day with my son. And I know part of my expectations were my expectations were part of what the struggle was that we were experiencing. I won't rehash what happened yesterday with my son. Just hope hubby had the parenting mojo yesterday, and thank goodness for all of us, that was a blessing. We actually ended the evening in a pleasant way and were able to hug it out, so to speak, which is one of our favorite things to do. Thank you, Mom, for teaching us how to hug it out. Today, I had a difficult conversation with my daughter. She basically said, I feel like when you talk to me, you're mad, and so I don't want to talk to you. And she says, I can't tell when you're mad or when you're not, which I was like, shocked and taken aback. And then she also said, and then you say you're not, but that you're just asking questions so that you can learn. And she goes, but I feel like I'm being interrogated. And I am so taken aback because it's not my intention at all. And I'm trying to see from her point of view how she may feel that way. And I truly want to understand. And I'm a human, so I felt so deeply hurt, because what ends up happening is we'll start to have a conversation, she'll start to talk, I'll simply ask a question, and she shuts down. Never mind, I don't want to talk. I said I don't want to talk. I don't feel right now. My social battery is low. I don't want to talk. And she gets very insistent, which to me feels like shutting out and shutting down, and it feels very hurtful. It's like this exclusion type thing. And then that hurts me, and then it's a downward spiral. And I haven't been able to figure out what the heck was going on with this pattern, because she's seeing an intention that's not there. And I'm seeing behavior in her that she's not intending either. Ugh, it was like we were doing this endless negative loop. And this has happened for a couple of years now. She's 16. So this is what happened. I just felt exhausted after yesterday and then today, and I went upstairs and I said, I'm gonna set my alarm or set my timer for 20 minutes. And I'm going to just close my eyes. And if I fall asleep, great, but I'm just going to close my eyes and just rest. And right when I closed my eyes, I said a little prayer, which was something along the lines of, God, please help me just see what I need to see to be a loving and patient mother and understand how to overcome this negative loop that we're in. So that's what I said. That was my intention. I just want to see, want to understand. I actually fell asleep. I think I might have been like mouth open snoring and everything asleep. I was exhausted, fell asleep, woke up to the sound of my timer going off, came downstairs bleary-eyed. And as I was standing in the kitchen, my kids were in the living room, both of them looking at me and I was looking at them. I think everybody was like, is the argument going to start again? And it occurred to me, I do have an expectation. I have an expectation of my children that they will be as close with me as I want to be with them. I have an expectation that we will be such a deeply connected, close-knit family. And that means being open and sharing with each other and answering questions and talking and all of that. And then I also realized that's not fair. That's not technically my job as mom. And that's not what the role is. If that so happens that we do end up cultivating a relationship that's that close, amazing. But that cannot be my expectation, because that's not fair to them. I need to allow them to be them and to breathe and to grow. And if they grow in such a way that takes them away from me, I have to be okay with that. They are their own people. I do not control them. And honestly, what I want most for them in their lives is just that they are a good human and that they can live a good life, and whatever that means to them, that they feel good about their life, and that's it. If I have an expectation of them to be very close with me, then of course I'm pushing. Of course I'm trying to get in closer than they want me to be in that moment. And that's not fair. I don't get to control the outcome. I can only control my actions. And so the first step in doing that for me is letting go of this expectation. I am still mama, and I will parent. I will teach, and I will give you a safe place to practice and learn that mistakes are okay and that we try again, and mistakes are just part of growing. And I do truly want to hear what you're up to and who you're becoming and all of those things. I love seeing them grow, but I don't expect you to keep me in your inner circle, because I know a mom that's not what happens. That you grow and you become your own independent self, that's okay too. And I have to let go of this expectation. I have not spent enough time with this to know where that came from. I don't know where that expectation came from. And the first thing that pops to mind for me is that I'm pretty dang close with my own mom. We can have some amazing, in-depth, meaningful conversations, tearful, soulful, spiritual, and she's been a gift for me. I just always wanted to be that for my own kids, and what I realize now, having that expectation, is that it puts this unfair expectation on them, and it is me like trying to force it, and you can't force that. You can't force it. That is something that just grows organically with love and trust and over time and all that. So, parenting myself again, I just discovered another way in which I was causing some suffering for myself and some resistance and struggle in the relationships with my kids, and I need to be willing to let go. I don't get to control that outcome. How many things do you hold on to that you try to control that maybe aren't yours to control, or it's not a fair expectation of you to have? I think the only expectation truly that's fair of me to have is of myself, different from boundaries. Boundaries maybe are their type of expectation, but boundaries are also important. Like, you treat people with respect and kindness, and, if my safety is threatened, I expect that I should be able to be safe, and if that's threatened, that's different. But this, in a relationship, I think maybe with any other human being, you can't just expect an outcome. Per se, you can share what's important to you and hope it grows, but certainly can't force something there. So anyways, expectations, man, I tell ya, they can sneak up on your. I just feel very lucky I was able to realize what that was. That little prayer got answered, and I think I needed that nap so that my brain could reset and figure it out. And also, maybe I needed that quiet so I could listen to my heart for a minute. And it worked, and I'm grateful. So thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.